Now, when you look at education, you know that it is one of the most powerful ways that you can build a better future. So when Reshma's younger son was faced with a unique learning need, she rose to the occasion, not just as a mother, but also an educator. And she wanted to understand how best do children learn. Anganeyana, that led her to a concept called Kangaroo Kids. She got this franchisee to Kochi. Ippam around 10 years that this institution is functioning here. Last year, Annie George, she joined her on board. Now, in this podcast, we are discussing about education, we are discussing about building entrepreneurship. What led you to focus on Kangaroo Kids?
The first thing that came to my mind was bringing in the best. As you all know, probably separation is a major concern.
Reshma has done a phenomenal job in bringing Kangaroo Kids to where it is today. Shaping young individuals at this age, it is not a small task.
And when they go to other schools also, they are, standing way ahead. So that is something, a takeaway, which when the parents come back and tell us, that is the most appreciated.
But the most important thing is that, you have to be present for them.
Yeah. I feel life gives you a chance every time. Don't just give up, take it up. And you just follow your heart, put in your heart and soul into it.
There is an opportunity, but there is no perfect time. So like what she said, when there is an opportunity, grab it. It cannot be the perfect time. Also, equally important is to find your tribe. Be around those people who give you those positive energy. They can also impact the community that they are part of. So I think they should just let go of their fears, embrace the opportunity and dream big.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anju, and today we have two of our guests, Ms. Reshma Feroz and Ms. Annie George. I welcome you all to the Women and Wealth series. Now, when you look at education, you know that it is one of the most powerful ways that you can build a better future. For some, it is not just a passion, it also becomes their purpose in life. So when Reshma's younger son was faced with a unique learning need, she rose to the occasion, not just as a mother, but also an educator. She trained herself in Montessori education and she immersed herself and coordinated learning activities across various schools. And she wanted to understand how best do children learn. Anganeyana, that led her to a concept called Kangaroo Kids. Kangaroo Kids is something that was initiated and started by Miss Leena Usher, and she personally mentored her, and because of that, she got this franchisee to Kochi. Ippam around 10 years that this institution is functioning here. And last year, Annie George, she joined her on board. They happened to be friends, and just a random spontaneous conversation between two empty nesters suddenly became a full-fledged partnership today. They have a team of around 35, mostly women, who lead with care, creativity and compassion to build children. Now, in this podcast, we are discussing about education, we are discussing about building entrepreneurship. So I welcome both of you all to this podcast. Thank you for coming and gracing our... So you as a person, you trained yourself in, Montessori, you understood there is a need that, education for preschoolers needs to be something more. What led you to focus on Kangaroo Kids? Why did you get, Kangaroo Kids, as there are so many other preschools that is there, but why Kangaroo Kids?
So back when I was planning to start a preschool, the first thing that came to my mind was bringing in the best. So, best in the it's premiumness matralla, it's also the facilities. Because Kangaroo Kids had this, the smallest ratio, wherein a very small group will be mentored by one facilitator. It was like 6:1 and all of it. So that was one great, thing as a facility which I had seen. The second one was as you all know, probably separation is a major concern. I think you know that very well. Yeah, because when you're getting your child preschool ready, the first concern that comes to a mom and the child is leaving them and putting them in a completely new atmosphere. So that was a little challenging, because as a mother, even I had faced it, in a very bad way. So this allows the parent to sit with the child, and we don't have a timeline like you have to leave in 2 days, 3 days. It's totally up to the child. Until the child gets comfortable, until the parent has a trust on us, they can stay with us. So that was one of the facilities which I had seen, and these are the few reasons which resonated with what I wanted to do. So that's how Kangaroo Kids happened in Kochi.
All right. So now you were personally mentored by the founder. I'm sure that would have added a great big added advantage for you, because there's the founder helping you understanding how to set up an entire franchisee. How important do you think was that period for you to get mentored by the founder itself?
That was a unique opportunity, basically. And I think she was a person who wanted the value, what she had created, to be implemented across. So she made it a point that, she met all the partners, she mentored them, and she gave the support in each and every point. So this is the first time, especially for me, after a very long gap when I had chosen this as a career. It was a long gap, and I was not very aware of, especially the technical part of it, where I had this lack of, ideas. So everywhere, in each and every step, I had this. I was very lucky enough to have
Get
this.
mentored. So we all have ideas, right? Like we want to build something of our own. Here you had an idea that you wanted to get a preschool. You zeroed in on Kangaroo Kids. What are the challenges as an entrepreneur do you think you faced for setting up this institution?
Okay. When I talk about the challenges, I think as women, we are multitaskers generally. And when you start something of your own, you want to be in every detail. You want to give your 100% in everything. So that doesn't happen when you run something that is going to be a little bigger. So allocating a team, trusting the team, and then delegating them. And we have to be very careful that our values are not getting dissolved. So that was the major challenge, and I was very lucky to get a wonderful team with me.
Okay. And as this has grown, you onboarded, like last year, Annie came on board. So how is it to work together as a team? They say women don't work together well. So എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഈ partnership? How is this going for both of you?
Maybe I'll take that.
Yeah.
So actually, we started talking about it during one of our regular conversation. So this became a part of our conversation, and from there is when the prospect of being able to work together actually came into our minds. And Reshma has done a phenomenal job in bringing Kangaroo Kids to where it is today. So my part of the journey is fairly easier to begin with. So she already had the purpose on board. But again, we bring different strengths onto the table. What she brings, I value it a lot. And between us, we have a synergy that kind of works well. So it's mainly a matter of adding value to what is already in place. So we respect each other's choices, the decisions that we take. And together, we hope we are doing something with a lot of purpose.
All right. So actually, you said that already Reshma has made Kangaroo Kids to what it is today. What is that one factor or the couple of factors that made you attracted to this?
Well, it is definitely, when you look at it, it is a journey with a purpose. So it is not something which can be taken lightly. So when we are together, we are actually brainstorming, we are putting our ideas together as to how better we can create this unique opportunity that we have in our hands. Because shaping young individuals at this age, it is not a small task. I think we are endowed with one of the serious responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I feel working together has made it a lot more beneficial for each of us, because we are able to work together on a lot of things. So where one person kind of slacks, or when it is a bad day for one person, the other always rises up to bridge the gap. So also taking me back to your previous question, so we the kind of way we complement each other has helped us a lot. So that has been really a beautiful relationship.
So, in your journeys, you must have seen transformations of children. Like when they come to you, and then after being with you for a few years, you've seen. Can you tell me any instance that has particularly stood out for you? Is there anything of that sort?
This 0 to 5 is the best period, like what our tagline says, the first 5 years count. So I think, this is the time the most of the development that happens, the neurological connections or whatever. So when our children start with us, we have seen tremendous development and growth. And when they go to other schools also, they are, standing way ahead. So that is something, a takeaway, which when the parents come back and tell us, that is the most appreciated. And we feel, we have done our
Yes, that's
best
a huge
part,
trophy which gets
So
bestowed
I
on
can't
them.
actually pinpoint one-on-one, but then, this is a general,
As parents ourselves, we get so busy with our lives. Sometimes we have to give the role of caregiving for our children to someone else, like for example, the nanny, or the school. How important do you think is the role of parents in raising children?
very important.
Very.
And as I told you, like this 0 to 5, this is a time wherein, you have to decide on, what the child is, given. I mean, the space where the child has been put into, that is very, very important. And you can't neglect these years. Each question has to be answered. You can't just, turn down a question, because that is all curiosity. So we have to. So either we can totally relate to that
absolutely.
idea that the parents are busy these days. They have to have a lot of commitments. Like it's not a joint family like before. So there are a lot of restrictions on balancing the home and work life and all of it. But you have to find a proper place for the children and
do things together, be available. It's not about being a perfect, nobody is a perfect parent. We are all learning in the process. I think it is with children that we also learn how to become a parent. But the most important thing is that, you have to be present for them.
Yeah.
You have to give your time, do the daily chores together. It doesn't have to be helping them with their schoolwork and all that. We are already taking care of that. But be there for your children, to do their tasks, to listen to their stories, right? They have so much to say. So we know that. They've got so much things to tell you. So be there to listen to them, encourage them, so that they feel they are loved, they are seen, and they are heard. And once a child comes from an environment where they feel they are noticed and then they are encouraged, I think half the job is done, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, how do you balance purpose into this whole equation? Because here you are running a business, but at the end of the day, you have a greater purpose, as you said, in place. So, how do you balance purpose with passion and also profits in this journey?
Purpose is what is the starting point. It all started with what is it that we wanted to do? What is it that we wanted to give? And when you talk about passion, this is what we are very passionate about. So passion keeps us going to attain this purpose. So if we don't have the passion, we don't think we would have done so well, because I can see Reshma, each and every task she takes up, she's very passionate about it. She has her voice. So this is what we want to do. So we practice that as a culture, and passion fuels it. And definitely you were talking about profit. Yeah, definitely. Without managing our finance, without having a look at it, we need something to fuel our passion, as well as something that makes us reach the purpose. So I think these three, if you are able to balance your purpose, fueled by your passion, and you're able to generate the profit, I think then an absolute
That is the best
equilibrium is
equation.
met.
Okay. So, it is good that you both are passionate and you have purpose driven, but what stands out, or what I have observed with Kangaroo Kids, is that it trickles down to all the staff that is working under you. How do you do that? Like, how do you get everybody on board to collectively look through and say this is how we need to go? Because first hand experience, as I've told you, I've had it with Kangaroo Kids, where I've, even the ladies who are handling my kids, I've seen them being so they have been there for them, and they notice the minutest of details. How is it that you're able to do that across all your staff?
That is mainly to do with the culture that is being what we follow in Kangaroo Kids. Besides the when Reshma came up with the curriculum and the what is the kind of educational aspects, she's also started building on a culture which gets translated to every aspect of or every single person in Kangaroo Kids knows what is to be expected and what is to be given. So even if it is a staff, whether it is a faculty or even if it is an ancillary, they know what is expected of them, because that is the culture we follow. That is something which is a part of the institution we are bringing up. So every single person it has to maintain a minimum standard, and this is what we need to do in terms of getting the expectations right. So,
okay. So our theme is about nurturing wealth. So beyond, financial wealth, personally, what does wealth mean to both of you, each one of you?
So for that, I would say the values, and probably we would look at the legacy which we could preserve. So.
Yeah, as she said, definitely the values, wealth, emotional wealth. We are actually we are looking forward to create children with values. So that is a wealth for us. Parents who are a part of our journey, that is our wealth. The staff who look forward to come to our institution every day, that is our wealth. So if we are successfully created kind children, involved parents, and supportive staff, I think we are there.
All right. So, managing a business, what is it about financial planning that you have learned along the way in this journey as entrepreneurs?
Oh, that is huge, because yes, we have the purpose and the passion, but we have also disciplined ourselves in little ways. Maybe that might not be the right way, but then it has been a trial and error for us, and we have disciplined ourselves to track our expenses, where we are at, how far we can go, and how much we have, so that we can reinvest it in our own program to create a better place for our children as well as for our staff. So we can revive it to be a better place.
All right. So we know that many women want to be entrepreneurs, whether it's in education or anything else that they want to start. Do you have any advice for women entrepreneurs?
I feel life gives you a chance every time. Don't just give up. Take it up. And you just follow your heart. Put in your heart and soul into it. Slow start is fine, but consistency, that is very important. So, yeah, that's my take on it.
I think there is no perfect time. There is an opportunity, but there is no perfect time. So like what she said, when there is an opportunity, grab it. It cannot be the perfect time. Also, equally important is to find your tribe. You should be with important people who think shares the same value, who can encourage you, who can be supportive, rather than once you bring up an idea, somebody who brings it down. That kind of, doesn't resonate well with you. So you have to find your tribe. You have to find, once you find the opportunity, the rest will follow. So be aware of what's happening around you and never think little about yourself. If you set your mind to it and if you work hard, nothing is impossible.
And do you want to leave us with a thought of how do you think that women can build wealth?
I think our life itself is an example of how women can multitask. If they can multitask, they can also manage the regular things around. So the same is with their finances. So women should understand that they have capabilities. Once they have realized that they have capabilities, they should also embrace their talents. They should let go of their fears and anxiety. So once women have decided to be on that path, wealth can create, because they can create an impact. They can also impact the community that they are part of. So I think they should just let go of their fears, embrace the opportunity, and dream big.
All right. Okay. So we'll just open the floor to questions. Any questions from the audience?
Find your own time, right? But for somebody who is looking forward to like how do they get started with finding their own time? There's coaching and there are platforms for them to come together. Or how would that?
Okay, so when I mentioned about find your own tribe, it doesn't have to be you go looking for people. It can be anybody around you. Anybody around you can really motivate you, but it is left for you to find out who the people are. It could be your mom. She could be the person who can be encouraging. She could be the person telling you, you can do it, you should be doing it. It could be your friend, it could be your neighbor, it could be your spouse. Be around those people who give you those positive energy. So every day is not a Sunday. There could be days when you are down. There could be days when you think whether is it possible for me to achieve something. You just need somebody to just lift you up, somebody to back you up. That is your tribe.
Does coaching have like an entrepreneurial get entrepreneurs get together, share ideas?
Lots, I would think. I think she can also answer that.
Yeah, I think we already have that. Like she's part of our team as well. So
Right.
she wanted to know whether you all have.
Whether we have.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah,
There
that
are
is
a lot of
yeah.
women entrepreneurship, programs that is happening, even in Kochi. Yes, yeah, it's been coming up every weekend. They have most of the people, they get together. They have like small entrepreneurs, but then they get together. They share their ideas and probably what are their shortcomings. So there is a bunch of people who help them.
Just asking out of curiosity, okay? Like if you would start from the base, like from the beginning, what would be something you wish to do different? Something. Like say if you could have like started from the base in this field, what would be something that you wish to do different?
So when we think of doing something, for me it was an educational journey, right? So I looked into what is the current scenario that is happening and what is that difference that I can bring in. So whatever we do, I think we should come up with something that stands out.
Is there anything about in your journey that you felt that you want to do differently? Like if you look back, is there anything that you felt that you wanted to change?
Yeah, I think again that I had told you the kind of system which we had and the premiumness or the facilities that we wanted to bring in. So that was something that had stand out.
Also, another thing you can also do is think long term. Once you start something, don't just think about immediate gratification. That will happen. If you can also plan a little ahead, probably a little bit of projections, working on your numbers, those kind of things. If you have a little bit, have a plan and try to make it long term. That could also help.
So I wanted to ask, like, was there any kind of funny incident that you faced? Because when it's kids, I have like a little experience of taking tuitions in my school days. So we face a lot of funny incidents when we like handle with kids. So is there any incident that is there in your mind right now to share? Like any funny incidents?
Every day we come across something or the other, and it could be something the small stories they come up with or anything of that sort. Sometimes it could be like you're not expected to do that. When we are saying that and we are being a little assertive, they would bluntly say no. How to handle that no, that is a huge challenge, and it's at the same time it's very nice, and we might be laughing inside, but then we'll have to be a little assertive and
I just want to know
how you facing the facing the competition in this field? So how you make the consistency in this field? In the number of the students in Kochi, there are lots of
preschool
Missouri sessions are there. So how you are overcoming all these things, and what are the new strategies you are adopting to blend the creative fields of the students?
In terms of, just to answer your question, competition is there everywhere. And it is basically the survival instinct that can take you forward. Now, again, keeping aside the competition, what we would look at is what can we do better? We don't have to see another person as a competition, but we can just think about how we can improve our own services, how we can bring in more, aspects of taking care of children into our own system, so that we can be the benchmark of quality ourselves. So once you know that you are doing your best, then there is no competition. You're there. Rest will try to catch up with you probably. So I think we don't look at a competition, but we are our own competition. What is the better version of us that we can become?
To bring in, this is a trial and error. It's nothing is written anywhere. So we learn from our own, mistakes. So if we feel that, something can be even better, we always go for it. We take
it. Finding some advisors in this field for making more results in this field, or attracting the students in this.
Until now, no, we haven't. It's our
we follow our instincts. We dream big, and I think earlier we used to have a lot of friendly banter and conversation and all that. What I feel the change has happened is that now we talk more about the school. What
and
more
each
can we
conversation is a motivation to each of us.
Exactly, and one leads to other. So it's been that way. How can we do better than what we did yesterday is what we think.
Hi ma'am, so I would like to know what will be that one skill that you both have discovered through this experience?
Skill would be patience.
Resilience.
Oodles of patience.
Lots.
I would like to know more about this Kangaroo name. It's really interesting.
Okay, this is a franchisee. So this name, it was not given by us. It's a franchisee. So the mentor whom we were talking about, Miss Lina Share, she's the founder of Kangaroo Kids. So she's an Australian citizen, and I think that is the connection with the name for the brand.
In the earlier podcast we had, right? We had two women entrepreneurs again. See, I just want to know how differently things work. So when we were talking to them, we realized that they have so much support from their partners that they can just put it all in, like, starting with own capital, taking care of things at home, etc. So how's your journey been in terms of, how the finances bit and also the support from how different has your journey been?
You mean support from our own partners?
Yes, partners, family also.
Family. Okay, so I guess for everyone to reach, especially women, you definitely need the support of your family, definitely need the support of your partners. If they can share your passion in terms of, okay, they are going in the right direction, probably a little bit of support from us is helpful. So I guess both of us have been lucky that way. And it does go a long way. Especially when the environment you are coming from is stable and safe, then there is no stopping you. You can just go forward. So that way, I guess both of us have been lucky.
And how was the financial front impact? Was it your own capital for you that started, or you have legs? How do you manage all that by yourself?
Initially.
How was that?
Initially, it was the home capital, because I am not a risk taker generally. Now that I'm with her, I am much more like, we started dreaming big. And now, I think we are better together.
Yes, that is always, it's always when you have, now aside from the home partnership now, because when you talk about partner, immediately the one who comes into my head is Reshma. So I was a little confused taking that question. But more than going single on any venture, when you have somebody with you who shares the same passion, then you feel much stronger together. And also, one complements the other. So that way, whatever she brings on the table and whatever I bring on the table, we find some means to do it, because this is our journey together. And we will emotionally, financially, socially, in all ways possible, both of us are bringing in the best versions of us on the table. So it's been fruitful that way.
All right. That's it, right? Thank you so much for joining us. I think it was so informative for everybody to share your journey, to get to know all the things that you have gone through, the challenges, and yet the thriving partnership between both of you all. Definitely, and the energy that you both give each other. I think when you have a sentence to complete, she's the one who completes it, and vice versa. So thank you for that.